it's me, it's Lupine Fiasco, back with some more FaB gameplay, coming at you through the Talishar client. We're off the end of Nationals Week 3. National season is now over. Unsurprisingly, Lexi has done very well. Unfortunately, not so well to Living Legend before ProQuest. Season 4 starts next month. Unless LSS hands down some big bands, we are going to be looking at her and her latest incarnation as the deck to beat. But we know it's possible to do so as FaB. I've shown you plenty of gameplay so far on how to do it with Kodachis. Today I want to show you how to do it with Emberblade. We're paired up on Talishar. We win the die roll. We're going to choose to go second. Let's take a look at our sideboard plan. This is the deck list that we're running today. This is fully Emberblade. You can see there are no Kodachis in this list. The deck link is in the video description below. If you want to follow along at home, you can load this into Talishar on your own. While you're down there, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Let's take a look at the Lexi matchup specifically. Scrolling on down here, simple changes. We're going to put 3 Command and Conquers in from the sideboard. We're going to board out a Phoenix Flame and 2 Rise from the Ashes. This is going to leave us with 2 Phoenix Flames in the list, no Rises. Phoenix Flame doesn't block. Rise blocks for 2. They are pretty unimpactful cards for what we were trying to do, so we're going to keep them out. Looking back at the list here, let's talk about the game plan into Lexi. What is our path to victory? Our path to victory is twofold. It's very luck-based, unfortunately. This is a high variance matchup. We need to dodge disruption from Lexi's side of the board while presenting disruption on our side of the board. Our disruption comes in the form of Command and Conquer. And in a big damage turn, Art of War, Mask of the Pouncing Lynx, dealing enough damage that Lexi is forced to block from hand. Stripping these resources denies her the ability to kill us on the crackback. As you can tell, this game plan is contingent on us drawing Art of Wars, Command and Conquers, Lexi not drawing key cards like Hamstring Shot, Arctic Incarceration, Winter's Bite. Unfortunately, these are not things we can control. We just need to get lucky, and when we do get lucky, we need to capitalize on that. So let's pop over into the gameplay, and I can show you what I'm talking about. Load it up. We're going second. We have a decent enough hand to block anything that Lexi can throw at us. We're going to see how she decides to play this turn out. If she is actually throwing offense at us, or if she's just going to set up a 6-card hand. Pretty good setup on Lexi's side of the board. Falcon Wing, Drill Shot is going to let her go wide. Here we are just throwing damage with no Mask of Momentum. There is not much of a need to sequence here. We are not looking at breaking Pouncing Lynx this early into the game. Our question is, do we want to end our turn on a Lava Burst or on a Snatch? Considering that we would overdraw with the Snatch, we are going to throw our Lava Burst, just push a little more damage this turn. 6-card hand on Lexi's side of the board. She is disincentivized from blocking here. If she does block, that's fine. If we are going to put the Snatch in Arsenal, it feels a little better if we need to fire off a Snapdragon Scalers. We get a card from Lexi's hand, as well as her Hornet Sting. On our side of the board, we draw up into Warmonger's Diplomacy. Lexi has the worst armor combination to play around Warmongers. There is no Trench and there is no Snapdragon. So if she ends up arsenaling a face-down card, Warmonger's Diplomacy more or less shuts down her turn unless that face-down card is Natural Go Again, Rain Razors, 3 of a kind, Falcon Wing, but even 3 of a kind doesn't work, so we have to choose Peace. So here we've got a Heat Seeker with Go Again. This is likely followed up by a drill shot and arsenaling a card. We really don't want this Heat Seeker to hit. This would give Lexi another 6-card hand, most likely. She has the Ponder anyway, so it could just be that fire off this drill shot, use the card in hand for something. We do want to block this Heat Seeker. All of this is to say we're looking to block this Heat Seeker. So let's block the Stab Wound and Furnace. We know we have a Snatch and Arsenal. So the best 1-card hand we could hope for is in our arsenal right now. Stab Wound is superfluous. Stab Wound and Lava Burst are what we're looking to block with more than anything. Keep the Rabble for a 2-card hand, throw Rabble for 4, then play Diplomacy, throw Rabble for 4, then play Snatch. But we definitely don't want this Heat Seeker to hit. Heat Seeker probably the most impactful on hit Lexi can produce, followed by Hamstring Shot. Hamstring, of course, being Disruption on Lexi's side of the board. The impact of that is altered based on whether we have a blue in hand. Drill Shot coming for 2 is something that we are and aren't concerned with. Currently, our Flame Scale Furnace is blocking on the chain. If this gets another Battle-Worn counter from a Drill Shot, it will break at the end of the chain. It's probably too far gone at this point. But we don't want to take 2 drill shots. Each of these drill shots effectively does an additional point of damage. Drill shot hitting for 2, then putting a Battle-Worn counter on armor effectively hits for 3. This drill shot effectively hits for 5. We have 2 finishers currently, a Lava Burst in hand, Snatch and Arsenal. We don't need both. We do not want to use our Snapdragon Scalers now. We want to keep it for a double finisher turn with Pouncing Links, hopefully with an Art of War. So we're good to block with the Lava Burst here. It can feel bad blocking a 2-power drill shot with a Lava Burst, but we do want to keep our Rabble. Rabble our highest. It's the start of our highest damage hand. Whether we play Snatch or Warmongers, leading with a Rabble is really the ideal play. So we're going to block with Lava Burst. If we wanted to play the value game, block the red drill shot with Lava Burst, we're still taking more damage than we really want to because Lexi gets the on-hit twice. Coming up, you're going to watch me make a mistake. I'm going to block this drill shot with Warmonger's Diplomacy. I forgot about the Ponder token in this game. Blocking here is incorrect. What we should be looking to do, having already commented on Lexi's lack of setup for Warmongers, we should have taken our 5, let the Battle-Worn counter fall on Flamescale Furnace, send Rabble, then play Warmongers, keep our Snatch and Arsenal, set up for a 5-card hand that uses Snapdragons, and probably Lexi doesn't get a turn. She's giving us armor here, which on the one hand stops the Snatch, right? That's bad. On the other hand, we get a Tunic that would have 3 counters on it, and we get all of our armor. This is great news for us. We have a pretty good hand on our side of the board. It would be a lot better if we had a Snatch, and if Lexi got to fire off a Sedation shot and then pass her turn. Instead, we are going to take some damage. Taking some more damage here, really getting punished for that bad block with the Warmongers. But we are just signing up to take all of this. Lexi's showing us a Searing Shot, followed by a Bolt, and followed by a Sedation. This is the sort of turn that we need Lexi to have, and I feel bad with a Rain Razors on top of it. We're taking 20 damage here. 7 from Bolt, 7 from Searing, 7 from Bolton, 7 from Sedation, so even 21 damage, and we really don't get to set up anything for the future. But there's no disruption here. We took a lot of damage, but we can deal a lot of damage back. without disruption, without an Arctic, without a hamstring shot, we can out-damage Lexi. Not every hand can out-damage Lexi, but some of our hands can. Art of War is a great way to start that damaging. So we are going to lead with the Art of War. We're going to banish our Enlightened Strike. We just want to see what we draw here. And it's kind of stinky, unfortunately. We do not have a red starter in hand, aside from the Flame Call, which really is a shame because we want our Phoenix Flame. Our biggest damage turn is going to come from fetching Phoenix Flame. So we need to use our Snapdragons here, unfortunately. We need to play our Blaze Headlong, then snap it, so that we can turn our Flame Call Awakening online. There's no line here where we can pick up a Phoenix Flame, attack with it, then play our Flame Call. We would have to pitch our Blaze Headlong to pull that off. And we really don't want to do that. Blaze Headlong is 5 damage here. With Go Again, it's very strong. You can see me trying to find a line where I get to do everything I want to do while not using the Snapdragons, and it just can't happen, unfortunately. So we are going to have to snap the Blaze Headlong here. Bit of bad luck on our end, and we can see the ramifications of not having a Snatch in Arsenal, of having messed up that Warmonger's block. But we will take the opportunity here to break our Pouncing Links. You'll see the sequencing with our 2 resources floating. We're going to play our Flame Call Awakening. We're going to tutor Phoenix Flame. We're going to activate FaB, attack with a Phoenix Flame. We will pitch our second Flame to the Emberblade. It is an extra point of damage, and still get to take advantage of our Shuko trigger. Lexi here has already shown that she is committed to not blocking, so we are just going to grab Assault and really handle the offense. Worth noting that pitching Phoenix Flame for Emberblade serves the purpose of getting a Phoenix back into our deck. We have 2 more Flame Calls that we can draw, so we really want to be able to tutor a Phoenix Flame if possible. Also worth noting that because we get our Shuko trigger here, we are gaining damage by pitching to the Emberblade. If we were getting our Shuko trigger somewhere else, then the Phoenix Flame is equivalent to the Emberblade. Lexi following up our big turn with a big turn of her own. Rain Razor 3 of a kind is pretty devastating. This is another way that Lexi can win. Her unfair turns are better than our unfair turns, and her fair turns are better than our fair turns. Speaking of our path to victory, this is the sort of thing we want to disrupt from Lexi, which we didn't quite get there. We're 1 point of damage off. Lexi's showing us a Bolton shot here. We really want to block this. Lexi has 3 cards in hand. We're at 11, which is great, but we want to make sure that Lexi can't have an even bigger turn. Showing us another Bolton shot. This one coming for 5, which we could block, but leaves us with no cards in our hand. We really want to try to win here. Rising Resentment, Lava Vein Loyalty. It's 3 damage from the Emberblade, followed by Phoenix Flame. So we're kind of just hoping that Lexi craps out here. Arsenals and plays another 3 of a kind. Bad news for us, but she's used Full Tear twice. This is just to find resources so that she can quiver, and we're just gonna hope. Lexi quivers the 3rd 3 of a kind. Yeah, sucks to suck. Does not go into the arsenal. Lexi's stuck with 2 cards in hand. We are gonna get to throw some heat of our own. 2 instances of 3 damage, followed by 1 instance of 1 damage, is going to get at least 3 cards from Lexi's hand, assuming she has all 3 blocks. Has no arsenal. Potentially 2 non-attack actions in hand, and doesn't want to get punished by Warmonger's Diplomacy, but getting 2 blocks on our 3 power attack really shows us that either Lexi only has 2 blocks, or would have to block this Emberblade with an arrow, then would have to block our Phoenix Flame with the last card in her hand. Maybe there's a Rain Razor in there that doesn't block. gives up tempo, lets us start with another 4-card hand, and probably kills her when she's at 1. So this is kind of how the Lexi matchup needs to go. We got lucky. Despite having misplayed that potential Warmonger's turn, Lexi was not able to present any disruption on her turn. We were able to take advantage of that by throwing a big Art of War turn of our own. She followed that with Rainrazor's 3 of a kind, but just didn't quite get there, maybe drew a little poorly. So it's really a luck-based matchup, unfortunately. Lexi is the better aggro deck in this meta. So we really need to be on top of our game as far as disrupting her plan and having a good aggressive plan of our own. So, if you've watched this far, I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for sticking around through another Lexi game, I know. But she's everywhere and she's going to stay for ProQuest. I told you earlier, the deck list is in the comments, the video description, so please check that out. If you have any comments, please feel free to leave those, any questions you have, any misplays you saw me make. I'm always happy to receive constructive criticism. If you want to request any matchups, maybe you're having trouble with something off meta in your local scene and you'd like me to weigh in on it, or perhaps find a game or two on Talishar, I'm happy to do that. Otherwise, please subscribe. I put up videos 5 days a week. And I will see you tomorrow with another video. So take care, have a great day, and I will see you all later.